Coming up on the Cowboys Report, is the price going to be right for Earl Thomas and Dallas? If not, what ends up happening there? Speaking of money, are we in trouble with the DeMarcus Lawrence contract extension? It might not get done before the franchise tag deadline. Don't you dare let him hit the open market, Dallas. And then finally, with our money theme, wait, Cole Beasley wants how much money? And maybe why it's actually not all that much. Those rumors and more coming up right now. Hello friends, welcome into the Cowboys Report presented by BetDSI, the internet's #1 sportsbook. I am your host, Tom Downey. Bachelor party weekend is over. My body will never recover. But let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys then. Quite a few rumors coming out of the NFL Combine. We'll break down who they met with later. But first, on some of the rumor side, does the Earl Thomas have to be the right price? Is that what's going on here? I think it's 4 stars, and I think this is actually true for both parties involved here, for Earl Thomas and the Dallas Cowboys. I do not believe there is going to be a hometown discount for Earl Thomas in Dallas. All right? The Cowboys are not going to break the bank for ET. There was a report that ET wanted $15 million per year. He's not going to get that in general, and the Cowboys are certainly not going to give that to him. But what if it's 13? If a team offers Earl Thomas more money, then I think he goes elsewhere. Now, Richard Sherman's right when he said that Earl Thomas will pick Dallas if the money is the same. And we can certainly hope that the money is the same here. That's not a big surprise. The real question will be, does a team make Earl Thomas the highest paid safety? And one more note here on Earl Thomas as well. The Cowboys did meet with his agent at the Combine. You can say hello, but you can't actually negotiate because that's tampering. If the Cowboys do sign Earl Thomas, Seattle's going to push hard for tampering. They already did it once. They'll try it again. But in terms of the value for Earl Thomas, if he wants $13 million, I don't think Dallas is going to give it to him. I think their max is going to be more along the lines of $12 million or $11 million. Beyond that, I don't think they're going to do it, given he's coming off another leg injury. So for you guys at home, how much is too much for Earl Thomas? Let me know in the comments section. I'm putting my max, I think it's 12. I want 11. If I can get him on 11, I sign. I saw one report that projected a $10 million deal for Earl Thomas, which I felt way too low. But if so, where do I sign? But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Now, we know a good portion of you guys watch the show but aren't actually subscribed. So first off, subscribe. But if it's your first time watching the show and you don't know what the stars mean, I'll explain briefly. 0 stars, it's fake news. It's the number of fights that Odell Beckham has won against the net. 1 star is a small shred of truth. There's some kernels of fact here, but it's not quite complete. 2 stars means people are talking firmly in that rumor category. 3 stars means it's pretty likely, maybe not set in stone, maybe not a done deal, or maybe it's more probable than not, but it's above a rumor, truly. And 4 stars, Zeke's eaten. It's a fact. You better believe that one, just like how Earl Thomas has to be the right price for the Cowboys. We'll stick with our contract talk here. How about DeMarcus Lawrence and the Cowboys not being close on a deal? I'm giving this one 3 stars. The sides are reportedly not close to a deal per The Athletic and Clarence Hill and anyone who spoke to DeMarcus Lawrence's agent. Now, the franchise tag deadline is coming up. It is March 5th. A tag might end up coming down here after all. The good news is March 5th is not your deadline to have signed DeMarcus Lawrence. Your deadline is July 15th. Now, if and when DeMarcus Lawrence is tagged, he might not sign it. In fact, I don't think he's going to sign it. He will delay his shoulder surgery as a negotiating tactic as well. Now, Jerry Jones still believes a deal will happen. It had better. Because if you lose DeMarcus Lawrence, you have Taco Charlton, Tyrone Crawford, and Dorrance Armstrong at defensive end. You can't let that happen. Now, my initial projection for Tank was 5 years, $104 million, 64.5 of that guaranteed, 11% of the cap. We might need to bump that up. In light of the Randy Gregory suspension, this was about $20.8 million in total. We might need to bump that up to more, or per year. Might need to bump it up to $110 million, $22 million per year. DeMarcus Lawrence has all of the leverage. It's only gotten better. But if you're Dallas, you better get him locked in and quickly. Now, how worried are you about Tank's extension not getting done? Early in the year, I felt confident. I was not concerned. I'll bump it up to a 2 out of 10, maybe a 3 out of 10. I still think it happens. I think it'll get done before the extension deadline. But the longer we go, just a little bit more concerned I end up getting. I think they're trying to juggle multiple factors right now. Earl Thomas, Dak Prescott, DeMarcus Lawrence. There's a lot of moving pieces. Once one gets settled in, I think the rest will come in pretty quickly. Another moving piece here is Cole Beasley and his $20 million guaranteed. Too much for Cole. Most of you are going to say yes, and I completely understand why. I'm only going to give it 2 stars, though. Now, the report from Clarence Hill is that Cole Beasley wants $20 million guaranteed on his next deal. Now, my first question to Clarence, and he never responded, was, okay, how many years guaranteed? And I assume he means practical guaranteed, not signing bonus money, because those are 2 different things. We use practical guaranteed. Now, the Cowboys think that's too much money, which I'm not surprised by. Again, it depends on the years. I went through some contracts. I think I know what deal Cole Beasley wants to match. A deal from Quincy Enunwa. 4 years, $36 million total, just over $20 million guaranteed in total. The average is about $9 million per year, which is kind of what we had said before. And if you look at the last 3 years for Cole Beasley versus Quincy Enunwa, it's not all that different. Now, Enunwa's played a couple of less games. He's also younger, so I think maybe it bumps him up a little bit. But if you're Cole Beasley, you say this is what Enunwa got, you make a strong argument there. So I actually don't know necessarily if $20 million guaranteed is too much for Cole Beasley. I think it has to be a 4-year deal, structure where you can get out of it after a year or two. But I'm not convinced that Cole Beasley at $20 million guaranteed is actually too much, given the other contracts we have seen signed in the NFL for similar-ish large teams. Of course, Quincy plays a very different style of game than Cole Beasley. Today's show is brought to you by BetDSI, the internet's #1 sportsbook. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. If you follow me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney, I laid out all my combine bets. You would have made a lot of money this week, and I nailed it all. Trace McSorley was a big winner for me in fastest quarterback 40-yard dash there. I made some money this weekend, and you can too if you sign up and bet with BetDSI. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Cowboys120. Let's talk Randy Gregory. Could he return? I waffled between 1 star and 2 star. I'll go with 2. Sometimes I'm not as optimistic as you guys want me to be, so I'll be fun today. So I am saying there's a chance for Randy Gregory. Now, remember, Roger Goodell, really unilaterally now, makes the final decision. In the indefinite suspension, there really is no timeline. Goodell can decide whenever, and Jerry Jones has repeatedly said, there's a lot of stuff going on. We think there's a chance this could come true, and Gregory's able to return. He's tried hard. He did fail a drug test, which is not good for Gregory, but there's a lot going on there beyond just the drug. It's not that simple. There's mental health factors here as well. So there is a chance for Randy Gregory. You certainly can't assume he's going to come back. You have to assume that he does not play again, and you have to go find more defensive end help. But in the end, there is at least a little bit of a chance. Of course, the Cowboys are going to be supportive as best they can, regardless of if he comes back or not, which I appreciate. I think that's the right thing for the Cowboys to do. But are you forever done with Randy Gregory? Type 0 if you have no more chances to give, 1 if you want to give him one more shot. There's really 2 different points here. There's the on-field stuff and off-field stuff. If you're done with him on the field, I understand. If that's the case, though, don't be done with him off the field. That's my main overarching point here for Randy Gregory. Be supportive as best you can. Don't be up in his mentions being a jerk instead. So I say give him a chance. You don't have to re-sign him like you do to David Irving, and Randy tends to care a little bit more than David Irving does. All right, next up. Would Dak Prescott be the #1 pick this year? The Eagles and Giants and Redskins fans will tell you no, but this is 4 stars. Now, the caveat here is that with what we know now, and with what we know now, of course he is. Don't forget how valuable a known commodity is in the NFL. Jerry Jones made this comment. He's exactly right. And I'm not talking about the money value for Dak Prescott on his next contract or his trade value. But if you told an NFL team, heck, maybe even the Cardinals, that you take Dak Prescott and you get 3 years of this production, they take it in a heartbeat on a rookie contract. It is a no-brainer. It's why Dak Prescott has been, by far, the NFL's most valuable contract. It just hasn't worked out for other reasons. Dak, of course, a factor in that. But Dak Prescott would be the number 1 overall pick if he were draft eligible and you knew for sure what you were getting. Of course, that's hindsight, but it's still 4 stars. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. One last rumor. Jerry, he was right on Dak. He's not right on this one when he said that, hey, maybe Jason Garrett could be the longest tenured coach in Cowboys history. No, he's not. Come on. He's going to outlast Tom Landry? Or, come on, guys. Even everyone watching this knows this is fake news. And he threw in the caveat of, maybe he gets there, and if we win a Super Bowl, he's not outlasting Tom Landry's 29 years. There's just no way. Now, in reality, it's about 1,000 to 1 or 1 to 1,000 more likely that Garrett gets fired next year. So, what does Jason Garrett need to do for you to want to keep him next year? Is an NFC Championship game berth enough, or are you Super Bowl or bust for the Dallas Cowboys? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.